Welcome to another program with Inside the Sports Insight. You are always with me, Have a Comba. Welcome again. Today I have my guest, Ziko Movindani, who is also president of Malawi Institute of Journalism president. I'm here with him to explain more or to analyze about TNM Super League, which is going to was the end of first round this week. So, welcome in this program.
Thank you very much.
So, let's start with this ultimate TNM Super League analysis program. Firstly, can you maybe have anything to say before we start? Maybe you can say about to say anything before I can ask you more about TNM Super League.
No, I think sports is one of the, especially football, is one of the sports activities that is highly patronized here in Malawi, and we can have the evidence through the patronage that is there at the stadiums. So, yeah, football is one of the sports that is highly patronized.
Yeah. So let's dive into the table. Before the Wanderers are sitting on top with 14 matches and getting 34 points.
Yes.
While their arch rivals, Nyasa Big Boys, are in second position with 33 points.
Yeah.
And can you say about this performance, about maybe 14 matches, 33 points? Can you say anything that really make it seem a little different?
I think it's something that we anticipated at the beginning of the league, because as you know that Mighty Wanderers as well as Nyasa Big Boys are rivals, and they compete for the league. They are fighting for the league. They do not fight for relegation, but they are fighting for league. So I think Mighty Wanderers with 34 points and Nyasa Big Boys with 33 points is just there to tell you that the league is now at the climax level, whereby everyone now wants to win the league. And this is first round. As we are heading towards the end of first round, the teams are well prepared to make sure that coming next round, everything should be in place. They should be fighting for the league.
Yeah. We can see that Nyasa Big Boys are close behind Mighty before the Wanderers, who is on top of the league with 1 point difference. Can you maybe can you have any can you Boys put any impact or challenge Mighty before the Wanderers to the top spot?
Exactly, because at the beginning of the league, when we were the league was just started, Mighty Wanderers has never lost a game since the start of the league.
Till now.
But now the draws are what are affecting their performances.
Yeah.
So Nyasa Big Boys with 33 points and Mighty Wanderers with 34 points. Mighty Wanderers should take care, because the difference that these two teams have, the Nyasa Big Boys as well as Mighty Wanderers, is that Bullets have got a higher winning mentality compared to Wanderers. And if Bullets are on top, it's like Manchester City is on top in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
They are not beatable.
They
just forge ahead.
And they don't lose hope.
They don't lose hope. Then they keep on winning. So that gap of 1 point between Bullets and Wanderers has got a huge impact, and it's going to affect the performance of Mighty Wanderers. And if Mighty Wanderers is not going to take care, if it's not going to sort out some other problems that is affecting their performances, I think this league is going to end to wire.
Most of the time, we can see that from previous 2 back to 3 to season, Wanderers are not much consistent when it comes to the TNM Super League. When they gain momentum, they start maybe winning 5 games, but you see that consistency is no longer completed towards the end of the league. So which makes us a big brace of Silver Strikes to take much advantage of them. So what can you say about what are your thoughts on your consistency of Wanderers, or what advice can you give them? Maybe they can still remain on the top.
I think the problems that Mighty Wanderers sometimes they lose the momentum is due to several reasons, and one of the reasons is that if you are to look very well, if you are to evaluate the Nyasa Big Bullets as well as Silver Strikers, these teams they believe in youngsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they believe in youngsters. So in football, consistency is what takes you trophies.
Yeah.
Is what makes you to be big enough. Is what makes you to be competitive enough in the league. So
Yeah.
if you are not consistent, that means it will affect your performance in the league.
Yeah.
So if you had look at Bullets from from several past seasons,
Yeah.
you would see that from the time they were managed by Kalisto Pasua
Yeah.
to now Peter Mponda,
Yeah.
they have hugely believed in youngsters.
Yeah.
So those youngsters are able to keep on performing well because they want to prove a point to people that they are better.
Yeah.
They can perform better on the ground.
Yeah.
So if you see Wanderers, they still maintain their squad for
Yeah.
that has been
Last
playing
season,
for the maybe 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
So if you are, yes, they have experience, but now you have
To put in a
to put
young
in
brand.
youngsters to make
Yeah.
sure that there is that balance.
You can see it in Brace Salima is doing
Salima is
he's
shining very well. So
yeah.
Wanderers, because they keep on playing those odd players,
Yeah.
I think that's why consistent is lacking in the
But-
Mighty Wanderers. And also some of the politics that is happening there at their clubhouse, I think is one of the contributing factors to the inconsistency of the team.
Okay, maybe let's talk about issues about you said about the young blood.
Yeah.
So let's talk about we can see the difference of between the reserve of these two teams, yeah, big
Yes,
giants
yes,
team.
yes, yes.
Yeah, we can see that in the almost now for 5 or 6 consecutive years,
Yes.
Bullets are bringing in new blood from their reserve.
Yeah,
Whilst in Wanderers, they do the same, but their reserve side from their reserve side, they don't perform. What do you think they make them to make the same thing as the Bullets did?
I think it's high time now clubs in Malawi have to take football as business. They have to commercialize business, and that's one of the other factor. That's one of the factors that is making Bullets to be organized as we are seeing the team is performing on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, Bullets is investing in their youth side, is investing in their reserve side, and is also investing in their main team.
Yeah.
And that is what is making them to be organized. And now it is like a motivation to the players so that they should give their best to make sure that the team is performing well on the ground. So if you look at Mighty Wanderers, they are not investing that much in their reserve side. They are not investing that much in their youth side, and they are also not investing much on their main side. And the football,
Yeah.
if not taken as a business, it can affect you as a team.
Yeah.
So I think if teams are to be performing well here in Malawi,
Yeah.
we have to commercialize football. We have to invest much in football, not just main teams football, but we have to invest in grassroots football. We have to invest in the youth. We have to invest in the reserve, because that's where good players come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we do not invest in youth, if we do not invest in the reserve side, I think nothing can change.
So we talk about investing.
Yeah.
You can understand that, or maybe the evidence are there that many people are saying Wanderers have more resources, or maybe they are funded by people who are rich, or they have everything they can give them.
Yeah.
But you say about investment. Do you think is really investment that affecting them, or maybe the lack of seriousness by there? Maybe you can say administrators or people who are looking things or at various laws.
I think having big funders, having those people that can pump in money in your club, and managing the team well, they are two different things.
Yeah.
Because you can be having more funds, but now how are you managing those funds?
Yeah.
How are you managing things at grassroots level?
Yeah.
So I think it's teams have to be including those stuff that are
well organized.
that are well organized, that are well experienced in as far as the sports is concerned, in as far as the sports business is concerned. So Mighty Wanderers, yes, they have got the likes of Tom Mpinganjira, the president of the club. He's a well-to-do person, and he can be able to pump in money. But now there are not some individuals inside their house that are well experienced, that are well knowledgeable in terms of sports, and that's what is making the team not performing well. Because of course they are performing well, but now they are not consistent enough to win the league. Because consistency is what makes you to take the league.
So Now, Silver Strikers is also there. Now is in the third position with 27 points.
Yes.
So, like comparing to last season, they are maybe by this far they are on the first position. They are doing everything last season to win each and every game, but now it's different to this year.
Yes.
What actually happened? Maybe can you say maybe the departure of Peter Bond?
Yes. The changing of managers, the changing of coaches has got a big impact to the team's performance, to every team's performance. It just depends on how the organized is the administration of that particular team to make sure that they have recruited a manager that will continue from where the previous manager stopped. So I think Peter Ngangira, who is now the current
I think Peter
coach,
Ngangira was the second vice president during the time of Peter Bond.
Peter Ngangira has been the assistant manager for several managers that have managed Silver Strikers. We are talking of Lab Mofaziri, who was the assistant coach by then.
Peter De Jong.
Peter De Jong, who was the assistant coach coming. Peter Mponda, he was also the assistant coach. So sometimes there are some people that are just meant to be assistant coaches. They cannot be head coaches.
You know? Why do you think why they can't?
Yeah, because it takes some experiences, it takes some tactics to make sure that the team is performing well. So being a head coach, it takes a lot. And that's what is lacking in Peter Ngangira, to make sure that the team is performing well from where they stopped in the last season, that make them to be the league champions of 2024 season.
Now we see Ekaya, the new Lakers in TNM Super League. They are in fourth place with 23 points, comparing to other teams which are there season in, season out. Like teams like Tigers, Moyale, they are struggling. But Ekaya, they are in fourth place first season. Why do you think is making them to be in the top four?
I think Eka FC, they are very much serious in terms of their brand management. They are able to sell their brand to people, and they have big funders. The son of Tom Mpinga, who is pumping in more money in the
people
club.
Are saying Wanderers and the Eka are cousins.
Of course, we can say they are cousins, but now they are separate things. They are separate entities. So we can say Eka is performing well on the ground because football is money. If you are not pumping in money, if you don't have money to fund some of the things in your clubs, I think nothing can be done. So I think one of the reasons why Eka is performing well to being the fourth. To being on the fourth position in the TNM Super League is because there is money, and also there are people that are well experienced in as far as football is concerned, and they are able to organize the team, they are able to motivate the players, and they are also able to sell their brand, and that is really working at their club.
So maybe something you can add or advise them, or maybe the other team which are struggling, maybe we can see Songe Borders, they are so there, but Songe Borders have only 1 point in 14 matches, which is not giving. We can say something else. We can say team to get 1 point in from 14 matches.
That's very pathetic. If you are to be honest to each other, because you can't play 14 games and just get 1 point out of that. And there are a lot of things that are happening behind the Stronger Borders performance, and one of them I've already talked about, that is the finances. Because a new introduced team in the league, it's very rare for that team to be organizing their things well, because they do not have that much finances, unless they have big sponsors, unless they have huge sponsors that are able to give them money, to give them to fund them, because in football there are a lot of things that requires money to be done, and that is also one of the contributing factors to the best performance of a team. So Songe Border, we cannot say much about it, because it's a newly introduced team in the league, and they are yet to be financially stable. They are yet to find some of the sponsors, and if we are to to make our research. We cannot. We will see that Songa Board have not that official sponsor that are
Yeah,
sponsoring.
they are only maybe managed by someone who is just like the likes of Alufande guys who did with Tigers.
Yeah, you see. So yeah, we can say lack of finances is what making Songa Board not to perform well in the league.
Maybe talking of some challenges, maybe in every occasion or in every aspect, there are some challenges that are always there. So can you tell us maybe some of the challenges you have noticed in this league so far?
Yes, I think the first one is the officiation.
Yeah.
We have witnessed several instances that we can really agree that the officiation was not that good. You remember that game when Bullets was taking on Ekaya FC at Kamso Stadium.
Yeah.
The incident that happened between Babatunda and Bocha as well
And
as
the
Elias
Elias
Messi, the
Messi.
goal stopper of Ekaya FC.
Yeah.
You could see that the officiation was not that perfect in
Yeah.
that match,
Yeah.
and that's not only the case. We have also received seen of some of
Silver Strikers
Yeah,
and
those
or even the game between Blues and Blacos at
Yeah,
Gam
you
Stadium,
see, yeah.
supporters even entering pitch and taking the towel of Call Boy.
Yeah, you see.
That's
So one of the instances, so that can tell us that the officiation is not that good, and also our pitches. We have been talking that for almost for several years, for the
Okay.
past decades.
We are not serious
We are
about
not serious about our football here in Malawi. We do not invest in infrastructure development in terms of football. So unless we address this issue of poor infrastructures in as far as football is concerned, that's when Malawian football will go ahead. But with the kind of structures that we have here in Malawi, I don't think we can develop in terms of sports.
maybe do you see any opportunity in this league which is appealing more?
I think we have seen some of the talents that are show that are outstanding, that are performing well. We are talking about the likes of Shikumoso Salima. Those are the players that are showing their best, that are praying to their best. We are talking about Wisdom Pinganjira.
Yeah.
We are talking about some of the youngsters from EKFC, from some of the teams that have just been introduced in the league. So yeah, there are some of the opportunities that most of the players could get that exposure to be spotted by some teams in the abroad. You've seen the likes of Roy Dallon, who has been signed in Qatar League. You have seen the likes of Yango Singo. So yeah, the opportunities are there in this elite league.
So let's talk about top goal scorers chart. Chikumbusa Salima is there, Babadunda is there, with both of them from Blaise scoring 7 goals each. And the Zeriet Nkoma of Kamus Barracks coming with 6 goals, as well as Dustin Banda of Silver Service United with 6 goals as well. And John Nchema of Kamus Barracks as well with 6 goals. What do you see this chart? What does tell us this more?
It's going to be a tough competition, among the top goal scorers. As you know, that teams are very performing well on the ground, and we can mention just a few names from the teams that these are very best goal scorers. The likes of Zeria Nkoma, he has been consistent for maybe 3 seasons, and the likes of Babatunde, he's a good forward. The likes of Chikumbusa Salima, he's performing very well.
This is
He's
the
scoring,
second season for him.
his second season, and you remember when he was at Bank Stars, he was also performing well. So he has also been consistent for several years. So you could see that he's scoring as well as he is also able to be assisting. So it's going to be a tough competition among these top scorers from various teams, and we are going to see a very interesting battle among the the goal scorers.
Assist chance. Chikumbusa Salima is also there with a 6 assists, 7. Who is Dinyo Mpinganjira with 7, and Blessings Malinda with 7 as well for Civil Service United. So Chikumbusa Salima is what actually this guy is. We can see he's on top of top goal scorer and top assisting Chad.
Yes.
Maybe we can predict that is contender for the Player of the Year this season.
Yeah, we can say
If this league end this time,
he is the pangolin.
Yeah.
We can confirmly say that.
Yeah.
The boy is outstanding. The
Yeah.
boy is a masterclass to watch. Yeah, so we can say Chikumbuso Salima is a very good player.
Yeah.
Seconded by Wisdinho Mpinganje,
Yeah.
who has got also 7 assists in the league. He is also performing well. But sometimes individual brilliance is also affected by the team performance. If the team is not performing well, the individual brilliance of the player is he cannot be able.
You can see Bulles is not doing well as it is last season, but Chikumbuso Salima always come in to rescue the team.
You see?
Yeah.
So sometimes individual brilliance is very important in as far as the team's performance is concerned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe as we go towards our top topic today, maybe you have some prediction we can say.
I think so far predictions would be difficult, would be tough to make a decision. As you know, we are still in the first round. We are not yet in the second round, so the predictions would be difficult. But let me say, if Wanderers are going to solve their internal problems that are happening at their clubhouse, that are happening at their club, the team is going to take the league. But if they are not going to solve those problems, Bullets is going to take this league. And it's a battle of two teams this year. No, we cannot include the Silver Strikers in the...
Why are you excluding Silver Strikers? And Eka is also coming there.
If we are to look at the performances of the teams, Silver Strikers is not performing in a way that we can say is also contending for the league title. But these two teams, Wanderers and Bullets, because they are also the rivals and they are contending for the league. So we can say they are battling. They are just two teams that are battling for this TNM Super League 2025 season. And Wanderers is going to surprise people this season.
Surprise? What surprise? You say it was going to surprise.
The last time Wanderers won the league was in 2017. So it has been almost 80 years since Wanderers was the champion of the TNM Super League. So this year, Wanderers is going to surprise a lot of people. Yes.
So maybe you have something you can talk to all the teams involved in this league. Maybe you have some advice for those teams which are not doing well. To maybe they can pull up their socks, because you can see there is top weight team are so competing for top weight spot. So what do you think are those teams which are not doing well they can do, and you can so what advice can you give to the team which are already doing well? What they need to do to implement to their best performance?
I think it's never too late for those teams that are not performing well on the ground, because if we are still in the first round, they can pull up their success, they can organize their teams, they can organize their clubs, and come back and bounce back and come stronger in the second round and they surprise people. This is a game of football. Game of football is full of surprises. So come second round, teams can bounce back, can do good. And to those teams that are performing well on the ground, they should be consistent, because to win the league, to win the league title, to win the Elite TNM Super League title, it takes consistency. So be consistent, keep on your best performances.
Thank you for being with us in this program. Zips Zigomulpindan.
I appreciate my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, your audience. Continue listening and watching. Someone also watching us on YouTube, and us were listening to us on Spotify. Stay there until we come with another episode. Stay tuned. Thank you. I'm happy company.